Karma Mini.
Abrahma bhuvana loka punar avartinorjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punar janma na vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So here there are various planets, and now the technologists are willing to go to moon planet. But Krishna is telling, please do not aspire for that. Brahma Bhuvana Lokan, what to speak of moon? There is a planet on which there is no gross body itself, that is called Brahma Loka. There is only subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. No misery is created by these gross elements. But there also death is there. Punaravartino Arjuna. Even if you live there, once your punya is exhausted, you have to come back again to this planet. So any planet you go of this universe, death will be there, old age will be there, disease will be there, and birth will be there. So work hard to reach spiritual planets, Krishna is telling. Ma Mupetya, come to me, come to my planet. Don't aspire for any place in this material universe. Now Krishna is telling the situation of topmost planet of the universe, which is almost like spiritual world. Lifespan is huge. Trillions of years people live over there in that planet. Miseries are almost very, very less. But from there also, if people don't cultivate Krishna consciousness, they have to come down again. Sahasrayuk paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido jana. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together is the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. So we talk of relativity and time dilation, and this thing is mentioned here. So the difference of time is explained on different planets. The time is also different. It is being explained here. Sahasrayuk paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu. If a person spends one day over there in Brahmaloka, who is this Brahma, his planet is called Brahmaloka, the engineer of this universe, he is called Lord Brahma. So if you go and live there on his planet, then one day you spend there equals 1,000 yugas here. The yuga in which we are living, that is called Kali Yuga. Only 5,000 years have been counted. 4,27,000 years are balance. Then twice is Dwapar Yuga, thrice is Treta Yuga, 4 times is Krita Yuga or Sat Yuga. And these 4 yugas combined together, 43,20,000 years, that makes one Divya Yuga. So 43,20,000 years into 1,000 Sahasra Yuga, this is equal to 1 day of Brahma. So we can just count 43,20,000 years into 1,000 years. That is equal to 1 day spent in Brahma, in Brahmaloka. And equal is the time of night. 1,000 Divya Yugas is the duration of one night of Brahmaloka. So how huge is the day? So one moment you spend in Brahmaloka, 1 year would have passed on this planet. And this is mentioned in Bhagavatam, when Brahma kidnapped Krishna's cows and calves and his other cowherd friends. Just for a moment he went to keep them, and then he looks back, and then 1 year has passed on this earthly planet. So all these wonderful things are explained. Time is a real energy, and the time is different on different planets. Avyaktad vyaktaya sarvaha prabhavantya haragame ratriyagame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sangyake. When Brahma's day is manifest, this multitude of living entities comes into being, and at the arrival of Brahma's night, they are all annihilated. So now Krishna is describing Jnanam, the knowledge of phenomenal world. So multitudes of living entities that we see around us, they are manifest. Prabhavati ahar agame. Ahar means daytime. And when Brahma's night arrives, they are all dissolved and destruction happens in this universe. In these repeated cycles of creation and destructions, living entities are manifest in the day of Brahma for 1000 Divya Yugas, and for 1000 Divya Yugas, there is annihilation. Bhutagramassa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratriagame vashah partha prabhavatyaharagame. Again and again the day comes, and this host of beings is active, and again the night falls, O Parth, and they are helplessly dissolved. Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyakta sanatanaha yassas sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. Yet there is another nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. This is the noumenal world. So this is great revelation. Krishna is telling, Para Tasmat. Now Krishna has explained the situation of this material world. In the day of Brahma, creation happens, at night, annihilation. Helplessly all the living entities are dissolved. Paraha means beyond, Tasmat means from this, Bhavaha means nature, Anya means different. There is a different nature, a different existence which is beyond the boundaries of all these multitudes of universes. Vyakto vyakta sanatanaha. So some portion of this material universe is manifest that we see, and some portion is unmanifest, what the scientists might be considering as dark energy now. So Krishna is telling it is unmanifest. But beyond this manifest and unmanifested zones of the material world, Vyakta and Avyakta, there is different nature, and that is Sanatanaha. Yassas sarveshu bhuteshu. It is a supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So this is a great revelation. There is a place which is not destroyed, because time energy has no influence in that sphere. So people do not know. So this is a great subject matter. So great many scientists have come and they have gone. So let us save time and let us not die in ignorance of this knowledge. And let us try to have a sincere study of the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, so that we can understand these wonderful explanations given here. So if you go to that place, then even though this material world is being created and destroyed, that part of the existence, it is eternal, it is Satatam. Avyakto ityuktas tam ahuf paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. That supreme abode is called unmanifested and infallible, and it is the supreme destination. When one goes there, he never comes back. That is my supreme abode. So here Krishna is telling, that place is called unmanifest, Akshara. That place is never destroyed and it is not manifest to us, conditioned souls. Iti uktaha, it is said. Why it is said like that? Because all of us are conditioned souls here. Spirit is unmanifest. So that world is called unmanifest. There is a world, people know that, but it is called by different names. People call it Avyakta, people call it Akshara. Tam ahuf paramam gatim. Gati means destination. Paramam gati means that is the supreme destination. So if you want to embark on a journey at the time of death for a better habitation, the best destination is that abode where Krishna lives personally. Yad gatva na nivartante. Once you go there, you don't come back again to this material world. So Krishna is telling, even you have very long lifespan. In Brahmaloka, the lifespan is 311 trillion years. So if you have such a long lifespan, still after that you have to come down. It may appear very long, but from the point of view of eternity, that is like a flash. So in the universal time scale, so many Brahmas are coming and dying. They are just like the bubbles coming on the surface of an ocean and disappearing. So such a long lifespan is nothing on an eternal scale, and we are eternal. So ultimately, we have to come back to the miserable life forms. So to avoid that, Krishna tells, go to a place from where there is no return to repeated birth and death. And Tad Dham. Dham means the place, the abode. That is my abode, that is my planet. Tad Dhamam Paramam Mama. Mama means my. I also live on a planet, and that is my planet. So Krishna is present everywhere by his expansions, and Krishna is eternally, permanently present in his own abode. Purushasya paraf partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading, and everything is situated within him. Now Krishna is telling again, do not consider me as a limited person. I have a dham, I live there in my dham. No. Purusha sa para partha bhaktya labhyastu ananyaya. Again it is being mentioned, Krishna wants to enforce person. God is a person. But paraha, don't think him as an ordinary person. So these two words are used. Para Purusha, Param Purusha, or Divyam Purusha. So God is also a Purush, but he is Param, he is Divyam, he is transcendental, he is spiritual. And that Supreme Person is attained by Bhaktya tu Ananyaya, unalloyed devotion. We do bhakti, but that bhakti is mixed sometimes with karma. Oh, let me do bhakti so that I can have some material benefit. Good job, good business, good spouse, or good children, or whatever. Some material desire is there. Or the desire is there to become one with the Supreme, to attain moksha. This is also selfish desire. I want peace. God, you remain at your place. I will remain at my place, remain absorbed in Brahma Jyoti. But when a person does not want anything for himself or herself and simply desires satisfaction of Krishna, that is called Ananya Bhakti. I do not want anything. You want to give me pain, you give it. You want pleasure, that also I will accept. I simply want to give pleasure to you. This is called Ananya Bhakti. And if anybody shows this attitude to God, will not God be pleased? Will God not reciprocate? Why we want to reciprocate? Because this feeling is present in God also. And if God wants to reciprocate, then who can stop the blessings and benedictions? Life is successful. So only such people are able to attain that person, Krishna is telling, who have Ananya Bhakti. Others also may go to spiritual atmosphere. They may float as a particle of light. As people tell, we have to merge in the light. That is fact. But that is not very nice living. That is like spiritual suicide. Your spiritual body did not develop and you remain just in a floating state. I exist. Suppose you exist and all your senses are shut down. Then it may be peaceful for some time. You don't see the person who disturbs you. Hunger will not disturb you and all these things. But how long? We want enjoyment. So thus that stage is not recommended in the Vedas. Because we are spirit souls, we are active, we cannot stay satisfied for very long time even in that situation. So attainment of personality of Godhead is required. His association and spiritual activities are recommended. But person will reveal himself only when he sees Ananya Bhakti, pure love. And Krishna is telling, now do not think of me as an ordinary man. Yasyanta sthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. Although I am present in my abode, I am all pervading, I am everywhere. This is God's inconceivable form. Although the form is present at one place, yet God is present by his energies everywhere. And all the energies are situated in him. So one should not think of this when we encounter it for the first time. We may consider it as fantasy, but please always bear this concept in the mind. These Vedas are approved by which kind of audience? Who has sacrificed all the real appearing pleasures of this world as illusory. Great kings, great sages, powerful sages who can manifest anything and everything. They have left everything in search of truth. and such people have approved the Vedas. So an ordinary person cannot observe the quarks, mesons, neutrons, electrons, protons. He believes on the authority of scientists. So when we talk of Vishnu who has entered within the atom, we also believe on the authority of such spiritual scientists. We do not know the black holes and so huge that they can devour many big planets. So we also should believe on a very big personality from whom the various planets and universes are coming out. So for the micro and macro, we depend upon material scientists, just like now we are doing. We can depend also on the spiritual scientists who have dedicated their life to find truth. And this knowledge comes without any change. Modern scientific theory is a change after some time. Sometimes they will tell solar system has got 9 planets, then they will tell Pluto does not belong to our solar system. They will tell sun is 15 million years. I'll repeat. They will tell sun is 15 million miles away, then they will tell 93 million miles away. The theory keeps on changing. But the Vedic theory does not change because it is coming from God. So please, I request, these concepts may be new, but if we do research, if we have a systematic study, then we'll be thoroughly convinced by all these concepts. So please try to spend time and then everything will be revealed gradually. It's a scientific study, Krishna is telling. One has to spend time, one has to have proper guidance. So this is real. Just like we have moon, it is solid substance. Just like this planet moon, we have got another planet, many planets, which are made up of spirit. It is easy to understand, no? Just like we have body, which is completely made up of water, and there is life. Fishes and so many species are there. In the water, there is life. Similarly, within the earth, so many germs, microbes, snakes, they live. There is life within the earth. So just like there is life within the earth, there are water bodies, they sustain life. There is fiery body, sun, there also life is there. Similarly, there is a spiritual body, also spiritual planet, and life exists on spiritual planet also. And that is the actual life which is eternal on spiritual planets.